Working with IP SLA means that we have to be able to look at our SLA configuration. We might want to look at the probe IDs, what type it is. Are we really going to be too concerned about like where it's coming from? Probably not. It's nice to know the frequency. Life forever. Let's say you goofed up. IP SLA was configured, but maybe you hadn't started it. It's very easy to not start it, or maybe the time parameters that you chose were not in line with the current time. We can also say, what are the objects that we're tracking for? Show track. Track 1, object 1, which is referencing probe 11. And it's up. So now we understand, yes, the pings are successful, and so the object is up because we're tracking for the reachability. So let's do this in our environment. Have some fun with IP SLA, working through, watching for things, making sure this really does work. Right now, I have 2 different routers that are advertising reachability into the autonomous system. Let me show you how they're doing it. This is going to be on R3 and R4. Basically got the same config. I'm going to do a show IP route static. This router, as well as router 3, is configured, or this router as well as router 4, has a default static route pointing to ISP-B or the internet. So I'll do a show run, include IP route, and we're going to see our default static route there. Now let's say I want to conditionalize ISP-B so that, and this static route, so that it is removed if ISP-B loses connectivity to maybe 192.0.2.1. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to use IP SLA for that. So let's see. I'm going to do IP SLA 3, ICMP echo, give it a IP address, press enter. I'm happy with that. And then we're going to set up our schedule, and we are going to reference, I gave it 3, start time now, life forever. Just like a vampire, it's going to last forever. Okay, so now what I want to do is this. I want to look at my IP route statement again. Do show run. I'm going to rebuild that a little bit. I'm going to say track. Oh, I don't have my object yet. So we're going to say track 3. Let's do 33 just to not get it confused. IP SLA 3 reachability. Don't need to do anything in the sub-configuration mode. Rebuild this, track 33. Now, this static route is watching for connectivity to the IP address 192.0.2.1. So let's ping it ourselves. We can get there. The command that we saw, show track, is going to tell me what IP SLA sees. Let's do that. Show track. Up. We see that we are up. So is this static route there? Show IP route, static. It is there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to ISPB, and you're going to see how I'm actually running that IP address. Okay. So it's not all that glorious. I'm just going to do a show IP interface brief. And it's loopback 0. Or loopback 1. So I'm going to up arrow again. Then I'm going to do a shutdown. Up arrow again. Administratively down. Let's do a show track. It still says it's up. Still says it's up. Did I make us really aggressive with the timers? Nope. That's okay. One failed ping, by the way, is enough to kill this one. So I kept on doing that. Now we get this beautiful syslog message. Send that to your syslog server. Reachability is down. Static route is gone. This is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing because I still have connectivity. Now both R3 and R4 are advertising into our autonomous system. So let me go to R1 and I'll ping that address. Ping 192.0.2.1. Boom. I can get there. How am I getting there? Through R4. So it's going to go from R1 to R3 to R4 to ISPA. Yep, that looks good. So if I didn't have that tracking, let me show you the alternative. If I didn't have that tracking going on, we'll do a show IP route again. Actually do this. I'm going to make it a classic static route without any tracking going on. Now I'm going to rebuild that static route. And R3 will still be seen as a perfectly valid way of getting to all internet routes. If I rerun that trace route, if I rerun that trace route, it looks like I'm going over to a different ISP. This is ISP B. Let's ping up arrow to do that. I'm getting unreachables. Why? Because we no longer have, ISPB no longer knows how to reach that. So now you see the power, the true power of IP SLA. And tying this to the relevant features inside of your iOS, things like static routes, policy-based routing, even hot standby router protocol will give you really tremendous benefits in your environment.